Hello and welcome back to English Hub. In today's video, we are here with a lesson, The Triumph of Surgery by James Herriot, based on NCERT Class 10th English Footprint Without Feet textbook. It's a short story, a semi-autobiographical. This story is humorous yet heartwarming tale about a greedy dog, a concerned mistress, and a kind veterinary doctor. It shows how too much love and care, especially through overfeeding, can sometimes do more harm than good. Let us begin this explanation, but first of all, let us know a little bit about the author, James Herriot. James Herriot. He was a British veterinary surgeon and a writer. His real name is Alf White, and he is famous for his story based on his life as vet in English countryside. His stories are gentle, funny, and deeply human. The story begins with the narrator, a veterinary doctor, seeing Mrs. Pumphrey, neighbor of doctor, a rich, emotional woman. She is very worried about her dog Tricki, a small Pekingese, a kind of a small dog with long hairs, basically originated in China. They are loyal, brave, and sometimes stubborn. Here, Tricki is fat, lazy, and listless. Listless, restless. He refuses to eat and even vomits sometimes. And Mrs. Pumphrey believes he is ill and needs immediate surgery. Now, first of all, let us know why he is ill. Because Mrs. Pumphrey is always providing extra food for extra energy. She thinks that her dog is suffering from malnutrition, and therefore she provides him some extra meal to build him up. Some malt, some cod liver oil, a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep, and nothing much more. She even gives all the things a dog loves, like Tricki loves eating cream cakes, chocolates, and he never refuses for the food. So this is the reason, one of the reason why Tricki is ill. Apart from this, Mrs. Pumphrey never allows, and or we can say Mrs. Pumphrey does not provide a good or plenty of exercise to Tricki. She allows her dog to walk a little, and sometimes he was used to play with Hodkin, the gardener. But now, as he is suffering from lumbago, suffering from slip disc, and therefore now he will not, and therefore now he is not playing ring throw game. So these are some of the reasons why Tricki is fat, lazy, listless, and ill. And Dr. Herriot has already explained Mrs. Pumphrey that Tricki should do plenty of exercise, and she should cut off the cream cakes and chocolates from the meals of Tricki. As soon as Mrs. Pumphrey called James Herriot and told about the situation that Tricki is suffering, the narrator quickly realized the problem isn't any disease but overfeeding and pampering. And Tricki has become ill because he has been given excess food, cakes, chocolates, eggs, and even she could provide Tricki some wine. He suggested hospitalization but not surgery. But to put Tricki on a controlled diet, he took him with him for fortnight. Fortnight means 2 weeks, 14 days. On hearing this, that the Tricki will be away from Mrs. Pumphrey for 14 days, Mrs. Pumphrey was in a huge dilemma that how she will live without seeing Tricki and how Tricki will live without seeing Mrs. Pumphrey. And Mrs. Pumphrey was wailing. All the maids around were rushing here and there, gathering up the different kinds of things that may be required by Tricki as per Mrs. Pumphrey. So they gathered different things like day bed, night bed, favorite cushion, toy, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl, and many more things for Tricki. Even there was a wardrobe for the Tricki which has summer clothes, winter coats, and raincoats, and many different things were being provided by Mrs. Pumphrey for Tricki. These all shows that how Tricki was being pampered by Mrs. Pumphrey. Now let us see what happened at the hospitalization. Tricki is brought to the vet's surgery. Surgery over here is basically a clinic. Initially, Tricki is weak and lazy, but soon after, that means a couple of days, on simple food and exercise, he starts improving. Let's see a little bit more detail about it. For 2 days, James Herriot kept him with no food and he provided him plenty of water. On the second day, he started to show some interest in his surrounding. So, on the third day, Tricki was being provided with some food. And he even became active and started playing with other dogs. On the other hand, Mrs. Pumphrey was regularly calling and sending gifts for Tricki. She was constantly calling Mr. James Herriot and asking about how Tricki is, or should she send something for Tricki, some food, and she started sending some food just on the day she came to know that Tricki is recovering. So she started sending eggs and wine. These eggs and wine were being enjoyed by the doctors and the workers of the surgery, of the clinic. The vet and his staff enjoyed these luxury items, eggs, wines, brandy, and other different kinds of food which were being provided by Mrs. Pumphrey for Tricki. And Mrs. Pumphrey believes a great surgery has been done to save Tricki. After 2 weeks, now Tricki was healthy and slim. And on the other hand, as all the veterinary staff has now enjoying this luxury kind of meal items which were being provided by Mrs. Pumphrey, the Dr. James Herriot was somewhere not interested in sending Tricki back to Mrs. Pumphrey, but he called. He called and told Mrs. Pumphrey that Tricki is now recovered and she could take her back. And just within the few minutes, about 30 feet at gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door and James Herriot could just make out the figure that Mrs. Pumphrey was there, and she was waiting for Tricki. She wants to see Tricki. Mr. Herriot told him that you wait here and he will bring the Tricki for her. And Mrs. Pumphrey was overwhelmed as on seeing Tricki healthy and as he has recovered from his illness. She was overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. And so was Tricki also on seeing Mrs. Pumphrey. He also showed his love, his joy. And she says that this is triumph of surgery, not knowing that there was no surgery and there was no surgery performed. So this lesson tells us that overindulgence and excess love or care can harm more than help. So one must not show excess love and care, as excess of anything can harm. Discipline and simplicity should be there. A lifestyle with proper diet and exercise can cure anything. Humor and irony can also be seen in the story. The story is filled with gentle humor and ends with a situational irony. The description of Tricki, fat body and laziness shows imagery. Let us just recall about Tricki. Tricki is a extra pampered, overweighted dog who has turned lazy and unwell due to overfeeding. And he recovers quickly when a proper diet and care was being provided. Now, the second one is Mrs. Pumphrey, an affectionate but overindulged pet owner. Emotionally attached to Tricki, lacks understanding of what's healthy for him. The narrator, James Herriot, a veterinary doctor, is a wise, kind and humorous. Uses his professional sense and a little cleverness to help Tricki recover quickly. Overall, we understand that too much care or too much of anything, especially love and care, can be harmful. And one should be sensible. Good health comes from a balanced discipline and exercise, and sometimes professional wisdom and humor can solve problems more effectively than emotional reaction. So, that was the delightful story of Tricki and the triumph. That wasn't really surgery. If you enjoyed the story and learned something new, don't forget to like video, comment your favorite part and subscribe to English Hub for more easy and engaging lesson summaries. See you in the next video.